I'm Anne. I graduated in December from the department Well-being, and so it's also a bit strange to be here again because I'm already away for more than a half year. But it's also really nice because in between my graduation and now I also had the time to develop my projects a bit further. So now I have some assignments for me alone, but also with a friend of mine who I have a studio with, and I do projects with a bigger group of friends. So that's really nice.
Why did you choose the subject of dyslexia?
Well, I'm dyslexic myself, so that was one of the reasons. But during my school period, I oftenly focused on disabilities people have, because I find it very interesting how we look at disabilities, but also the surrounding is a big part of a disability, and people always focus only on the disability and they forget the surrounding, or they forget how people try to understand it. So that's the focus point I already had, so you can also see that back now in my graduation project. And the book is made in 2 parts, and I did that because a dyslexic person has like a broken piece between the left and the right brain half, and because of that, the left brain part isn't as developed as it should be, and the right brain half is a bit overreactive when it comes to working with language. So that's why I wanted to combine. Then I decided to combine a visual aspect and a language aspect to explain dyslexia. Okay, so what I try to do is, for instance, in this chapter, to show how different dyslexic people read. Within the workshops, I try to figure out how the dyslexics read, and also how they experience it themselves. And then I found that some really read letter by letter, or that they intertwine the words actually. So if you look at this, you can maybe understand that it takes very long and that it is quite complicated to know where a word ends and the other one begins. Or some of them really look at the shape, so they know, for instance, if a word is wrong because the shape isn't right, but they don't know what the good one is. And this is how I read. I look at, not purposely, but it's just how it goes. I look at the first part of the word and then I fill it in. So it's really possible that I think I read something completely different than there is on the page. And so
you make your own words.
Yes, then you make your own words, and then hopefully after you have read more in the text, you can correct your mistakes, because for dyslexics I found that the context is really important, and it doesn't really matter if it's a visual one or if it is a more literal one. It's really, they need all those extra elements to work with language. So for instance, for me it's really important that I know where I am, how the layout of the page is, because then I can first remember the image and then try to go back to the language. But I also need to work with.
You made a book and you want to bring it out, like that people can really read it to see how it is?
Okay, that's the goal.